I took this 2D concept of a website and turned it into this 3D masterpiece. Everything you see, the scaffolding, the dynamic look and feel, the colors, even the image itself in the background has all been created by AI. I haven't done any of this, and best of all of these tools are 100% free. Most people spend weeks wrestling with Figma and hiring animators just to get a decent website live. But I used Antigravity to generate the entire animated site, and most of the work was done whilst I was making coffee. I've done zero coding, I don't have a design background, and I've spent exactly $0. The site auto-generates looping animations, responsive layouts, and deploys to a local host before you finish reading the prompt. Bottleneck isn't your skill anymore. It's knowing which tools to chain and in what order. So for the first step, we want to get some inspiration for our very own website. And my number one resource for this is Dribbble.com. This is a website where freelancers can sell their designs, their portfolios, and it's a great place to get ideas for anything that you're trying to build. And there's literally thousands of freelancers on here with probably millions of websites, apps, everything that you can think of. I'm just going through a list here to see what will grab my attention. I'm looking for something dynamic, something that jumps out the page, and something that I can replicate easily and quickly using AI. And this one by Afterglow is low-key fire. I like the color, I love the fonts, and if you're into technology, which I am, this looks superb. This is something that I actually click on myself and try it. So for the first step, I'm going to take the image and plug it into Google Gemini. Inside Gemini, I'm in the actual I've got the pro plan, but you can actually do this with the free plan as well. The reason I want to use the pro plan is because Google Gemini have just released Nano Banana Pro, and early indications suggest that it's going to be amazing. So I'm going to select the image, yes, use thinking for this, and I'm just going to upload the screenshot I just took. We create an image that looks something like this. Replicate the same colors and image. And let's see what Nano Banana 2 can come back with. So for the first step, I just want to create some assets. Okay, so that looks good. I'm going to remove all this text. I just want the image. Remove the text. I just want the image. I'll create different variations of this image, different angles. She's looking at the camera, etc. So now I want different frames because then I can animate this. And that's cool, but I want separate images. For some reason, it's bought by the text, so I'm going to make some more changes in prompt. Remember, this is prompting, so you can always go back and forth if you don't get it right in the first instance. I only want one image. I don't want a collage inside of one image with multiple images. I also don't want text. Let's see if that helps clear things up a bit. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm going to take the first frame, download this, and download the second frame. Because the next step is we're going to take this and animate it for our website. So now that we have the hero image, let's go on to the second step. And this time we're going to animate this actual image. For this step, I'm going to use a tool called Google Flow. It's by Google Labs. It's experimental, but it works amazingly well. I've actually used it on several projects, and I've recorded videos about. So you can see here I'm inside of the Google Flow account, and I've got projects here that I've done in the past. I've also got videos for. Click on new project. It's going to use image to video. So make sure you select the video to option here, and it's set frames. It's going to use a start frame and an end frame. And frames are going to be what we just downloaded from Google Gemini. And the order doesn't really matter because we're just going to animate it, and Google's Veo 3.1 is going to do all the heavy lifting for us. Animate this. Let's hit submit, and let's see what flow comes back with. This is by far one of my favorite steps because I have no idea what this is going to look like. Completely dependent on the AI, and that's also the beauty of it because for the most part it's a blank canvas. After a couple of minutes you should have something that looks like this. Yeah, that looks sick. Let's see a second one. It's like a different angle, different version. But since flow is free, you might as well do it. And if you're not happy with it, just keep iterating, just keep sending out more prompts, test different styles, different lightings, different angles, and just see what you come up with. So I like this one. I'm going to click on download, and I'm going to download it at the upscaled version. Now this could take a couple of minutes because it is upscaling it, and you're going to get the 1080p video. And there's a lot you can do with this. Now for this step, you can use any tool that you want. There's Xfield, there's Kling, but I'm using Google because I'm firmly in the Google camp. I pay for their app services. I use their app services all the time. And basically this is a Google tech stack. What's really good about Flow is that it's actually taken a portrait image and it's turned it into a landscape or a 16:9 aspect ratio. And I didn't ask it to do that. So this is perfect for the hero image. Now that we have the video, we need to turn it into frames because fortunately at this moment in time, Google's Antigravity doesn't really handle videos well. So head over to easygif.com, click on video tools, and just select to JPEG. I'm going to upload the video that was downloaded from Google Flow. And this is just going to take the actual video and turn it in frames. So you'll have anywhere between 180 to 240 frames, which is still going to look like a video. It's going to be animated on the website, but it's going to be smoother. It's going to transition well, and it's going to work with the scrolling as well. So it's almost uploaded. And then for the frame rate, I'm just going to set it to 30, and then we're going to convert this to JPEG. So now you can see it's creating an image for every split second of this video. If you scroll down really fast, you can see that it's actually moving. And then download the frames as zip, and then we have everything that we need. We can now jump into Google's Antigravity. Once you're inside of Antigravity, you want to upload everything into a folder and select it from file, open folder. So you can see here, I've got a folder called Ray-Bans VR, and all the assets that I've created is going to be in here. I've got the images, I've got the downloaded zip file, everything that I've just created in the previous few steps is now inside of this folder. And for the model, I'm going to select Google Gemini Pro 3.1. It's the latest, greatest model. I've been playing around with it for a few days and it's exceptional. The only downside, and it's a really small downside, is that it takes longer than something like Flash. But honestly, the output is incredible. So here's the prompt I'm going to use. And honestly, you don't have to have something really structured because this language model in Antigravity is, like I said, their best model and it's tuned. It's really highly tuned. So you know that you're going to get a great output as long as you give it some reliable inputs. I want to create a dynamic website called Ray-Bans VR. All the assets are are inside of Ray-Ban's VR folder. I want you to use the video inside of a zip file as the header and just make it dynamically scrolling, set transparency, and use the same colors, typography, and fonts. Let's see what that comes up with. Now, the beauty of Antigravity is you can always go back and forth, right? If you're not happy with an output, you just go back, reprompt it, try again. The other setting that I've selected is planning. So I want to make sure that Google Gemini is actually planning everything before it executes it. Now, you don't have to do this. It does add an extra step in your workflow, but I do recommend it if you are working on bigger kind projects. You want to make sure that you get everything done in the quickest time possible with the least amount of friction. But also, Antigravity on the free plan does have a daily tier, right? The number of requests and tokens you can use. So you want to make sure that you're getting the most of it. It's not analyzing all the assets inside of the folder. It's doing everything for me. I can literally go away, make lunch, doom scroll, send a text. There's not really much for me to do at this point, apart from approve the implementation plan and just go back and forth with the prompting if I'm not happy with anything. Once Gemini has analyzed all the assets, it will then create an implementation plan. So you can see here that the goal is to develop a cinematic high fidelity dynamic landing page for Ray-Ban's VR. It will feature scroll bound video animation, and that's about it. Like, I haven't really been that expressive with the prompting, but Gemini 3.1 is very intelligent and it knows what to do because it's been trained by a lot of sites, a lot of websites, dynamic elements that are similar to the kind of look and feel that I want. And you can see here that I've actually imported screenshots from Dribbble. So I want this typography, I want the colors to remain the same and the same kind of transparency in the look and feel. If you're happy with that, go ahead and proceed. If you're not, just go back into the prompting, just update the implementation plan and you're good to go. I'm gonna hit proceed because I like this. So let's see what Gemini can come up with. And here you go, a completely dynamic, modern, fresh, transparent looking website that's been completely designed and built by AI, which includes the assets. And I've actually gone one step further than the source website design that I found on Dribbble because theirs was just a static image in the actual header. I've taken that concept and I've turned it into a dynamic 180 feel. It's got the same fonts, same color, design palette, and yeah, it looks so good. And honestly, we're so early. Most people don't even know this. Like, I talk to people who are non-AI and they haven't got a clue. They have no idea what Antigravity is. They don't know what Google Gemini is. And even agencies, design agencies have no idea what this is. I get them contact me, like local ones where I live in Singapore. They're like contacting me or through my channel or through LinkedIn, asking, how can we do this for our own business? Because they understand the threat. They understand that AI is a threat to their business model, which is designing websites or designing apps or whatever it may be, right? And I'm not a designer. This is something that I've knocked out in about 30 minutes. And honestly, for most of that 30 minutes, it was just me waiting for Antigravity to create the files, dependencies, JSON, HTML, everything that you see in front of you. It needs to be built. Now, I could have done this faster using Google Gemini Flash 3, but honestly, this task was not about speed. It's about quality. And honestly, there's so much more you can do. You can add other visual assets. You can add more text. You can integrate it with payment options, databases. You can do all of this inside of Antigravity. So if I wanted to basically pad out the pre-order where somebody can leave like a $200 deposit for this product, I can actually connect it up Stripe and I can get Antigravity to do that for me inside of the platform. I don't have to leave. I don't have to do anything. And this is as good as anything that I've ever seen. Now, I've done the dynamic scrolling. You can just have the video in the background, just, her head moving left, right continuously. You can add music. There's so much more you can do here. I'm literally at the tip of the iceberg. Remember, this is the worst you'll ever see any of this technology because Gemini is only going to get better. We're at version 3.1. Antigravity will get better because they'll have more integrations with external third-party platforms. And we're at Nano Banana 2. Imagine what Nano Banana 10 is going to be like. It's going to be incredible. I'm expecting big things in 2026. So you just watch me collapse a 2-week design sprint in about 30 minutes. And all I'm doing is clicking a few mouse buttons. I'm the project manager, the overseer. Because the competitive gap isn't the tools. It's in knowing the sequence. And it's knowing that these tools exist. Because trust me, most people don't. And we're so early. So if you love this video, do me a solid, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. The support means the world to me. So thank you so much. If you enjoyed this tutorial, click on the next video on screen. Follow that one. Watch it till the end. And before you go, say it with me, something magical is going to happen today. Because it absolutely will if you use Google Antigravity to create websites, to create apps, landing pages, whatever it is that you need, AI can do it for you. Thanks again, and I'll see you when the next video drops.